the gun, and then we'll go.
We'll never surrender.
Skin boots on a Saturday night.
Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new GOROD KROVI video. Now today we were supposed to get a brand new DLC 3 Descent live stream at 7 PM UK time. However, that has been postponed. We're not sure when we're going to be getting this live stream, but it has been postponed due to the events in Dallas. Now in the meantime, what I've decided to do in today's video is I'm going to go through the gameplay trailer that we got for GOROD KROVI, and I'm going to break down each gameplay segment that we got for each weapon displayed within GOROD KROVI. So this is going to contain a complete list of all of the confirmed weapons that we 100% know are going to be on GOROD KROVI so far. Now obviously we pretty much know that all of the weapons seen within the weapon kits are going to be returning on this map. However, I'm still going to be going through each of them because there's literally a 0.001% chance that we may see some alterations to the weapon kits. As I said, this is going to be a complete list of all of the confirmed weapons. Even though it's likely we will be seeing all of the weapon kits, technically speaking, it's not 100% confirmed. Now, if you do go on to enjoy this video by the end of it, make sure to drop a like down below. Let's try and go for 1,000 likes on today's video, as well as subscribe to the channel if you've never seen my content before and you don't want to miss out on any future uploads here on the channel. Okay, so jumping into the trailer, the first weapon that we see in action is the Shiva. Not only that, but we also see it as a wall buy. Obviously, this is going to be the spawn area. The spawn area is going to be right by where the statues are, right in the center of Stalingrad. Now, the next weapon that we see in action is indeed the VMP SMG. We then get a look at the MAA-7 assault rifle in action. The next weapon we see in action is the Haymaker, obviously questionably one of the best weapons within zombies. Now the next weapon we see in action is a brand new weapon for this map, which is the MG42, which is indeed returning on this map. However, it's only going to be as a stationary turret. It does not seem like we're going to be able to move this weapon, and I believe that whilst you're using the turret, zombies will still be able to hit you, so I'm not really sure what the point of the turret is, but obviously it's going to be set right by where the bunker is, which is where Pack-a-Punch is going to be located, of which you get there by riding on one of the dragons. So maybe it may come in use with defending that or something like that when you're holding or securing the bunker. I really don't know. Now the next weapon we see in action is indeed the Drakon sniper rifle. Again, this is questionably one of the best weapons within zombies. It's definitely one of the best for camping. The next weapon we see in action is indeed the KN44. Next up we see the 48 Dredge LMG. We see it very briefly. It was hard for me to make out this weapon, but it definitely is the 48 Dredge. We then see the SVG sniper rifle, as well as we see the NX Shadowclaw, and obviously the NX Shadowclaws are going to be a brand new weapon on this map. I'm just praying that they don't have too much of an explosive damage or there's a way to counteract it, and I really do hope it works similar to the crossbow from Black Ops 1, and I hope the Pack-a-Punch version can be used to, let's say, revive people. Now the L4 Siege is also going to be on this map as well. Again, a brand new weapon for zombies on this map. Again, there's going to be quite a lot of explosive damage, so I really do hope that they add some way to counteract that, whether it be some sort of PhD slider or something like that. Although I don't really think we're going to be getting a new perk on this map, but there's always a possibility. Now we also get a glance of the Argus shotgun within the trailer as well, so it's nice to see that returning. Now here's the interesting thing, we do actually see the MX Garand within the trailer. We see it very briefly. It's very hard to make out, because obviously on Zetsubo no Shima we finally had new weapons added to the map, as obviously we didn't have any new weapons added into the box on Der Eisendrache. We had the HD40 added, we had the MX Grand, and we also had the Marshall 16s as a dual wielding weapon. So it'll be interesting to see whether we see all of those guns returning, because a lot of people were unsure from the trailer, but it's more than probable that we will see the HD40 as well as the Marshall 16s on this map, since we did see the MX Grand within the trailer, but that's not confirmed by all means. Now although this isn't a gun, we do see the brand new zombie shield within the trailer, but that is technically a weapon as well, so I'm going to include it, and it seems to have this elemental green fire around that, and this will just be used as a means of escape from what it seems, although the shield will also be used to defend yourself against the dragon's fire. Now within the trailer we see a brand new weapon within this, which seems to be the specialist weapon for this map, although it's not confirmed, and it seems to sort of be a mix between the Ripper specialist from multiplayer as well as one of the specialists seen within the campaign, which sort of thrusts you through the zombies zombies and takes them all out. And some people have been saying it's somewhat similar to the Thunder Fist from Origins as well, so it's sort of a mixture between all three. It'll be interesting to see how we obtain and get this weapon, whether it'll be a buildable or something like that. It'll most likely be a buildable, but we don't really know. If it is a buildable, I suspect we would get one of the parts from the robots on the map, just because it looks like it's been built from them. But this weapon seems like it's going to be a means of escape rather than a weapon like the Skull of Narn Sapwa, which also is a means of escape, but it also is really, really good for going for high rounds and taking out lots of zombies. Now, I'm also going to include the electric trap on this entire confirmed weapons list. Now, I know, again, it's not a gun, but technically speaking, it is a weapon. And obviously, we have the electric trap returning from Der Eisendrache and also the Giant, also known as the Fly Trap. We also get to see the ICR in action as well, so that assault rifle is going to be returning. We do see the Gorgon LMG within the trailer as well. We get a short little snippet of gameplay of that. The next weapon we see in action is again another trap, and it seems to be very, very similar to the Trample Steam from Black Ops 2, but it seems like it's going to be just a massive version of that, and you'll be able to activate that trap. Now, speaking of traps, we do see a collapsed Origins robot within the trailer, and this is going to work as a trap again. This one specifically by the Colosseum is going to work as a hand trap, but there's going to be other collapsed Origins robots around the map that are going to work as traps as well, but they're going to be specified to different parts of their bodies. The next weapon we see in action is indeed the Man-O-War assault rifle, questionably one of the best assault rifles in zombies. The next weapon we see is the dual-wielding ray gun Mark IIIs that we see within the mystery box, and obviously these are going to have two different effects to them. One effect will slow down the zombies and will have a similar effect to the paralyzer from Buried, and will create this yellow substance around the zombies, and the other effect will work somewhat similar to the original ray gun. It's sort of a cross between the ray gun and the Mark II, but this one will just fire regular beams, but they'll be somewhat more powerful, and they will have a more of a rapid fire from the original ray gun, and they will have a larger blast radius. Next up, we see the Locust sniper rifle within the trailer as well. We also get some footage of the Pharaoh SMG. Now, within the mystery box, we also see the FFAR, which is basically just a FAMAS. Obviously, this is going to be a brand new weapon on this map as well that was recently added. Well, quite a while back, it was added into multiplayer in supply drops, but now they've added it into zombies as well, so that's a good addition. And obviously, next up, we do see the PPSH, which he gets out of the mystery box. Again, another brand new weapon for this map. A lot of people are very, very pumped from it, since we've been waiting like 6 or 7 years for this gun to finally make a return in zombies, and finally it's here with Stalingrad in the right setting. We also see the BRM LMG, but not only that, we do see the Dingo LMG as well. Again, they're questionably some of the best weapons within zombies. Now, within the trailer, we do also see the brand new boss zombie within this map, which is going to be the Russian Mangler. The reason why I thought I would touch upon this is because although it's not a weapon that we can use, it still holds a weapon, which is the laser weapon in its hand, which I think is going to work somewhat similar to, let's say, the Banshee shotgun from multiplayer. And obviously, from the information I have obtained, basically he's going to shoot lasers from you at a far. However, after you start shooting him a little bit, he will then become enraged and he will start charging at you. And as you can see, he does have a sickle on one of his hands, and when he starts charging at you, that's where he's going to use that sickle against you, and we're going to have to shoot its head to kill it faster. Now, the question remains, could we see a sickle within this map? Because in all the Black Ops 3 Zombies maps, we just had the Bowie knife as a war weapon, and within Ascension we saw the introduction of the sickle, and similarly that was a Russian map, as the sickle is a Russian weapon, and again we're back in Russia in Stalingrad. So if the boss zombie, the Russian Mangler, has a sickle, it's more than probable that we could see a sickle within this map as well. That would be very, very cool, although again that's not confirmed, but I just thought I would touch upon that because it's definitely a nice add-on. And again, since I touched upon the boss, I will also touch upon the fact that we see the hovering robots within the trailer, and again they have some sort of weapon which looks somewhat similar to the Banshee or the brand new pistol that was added into multiplayer. It seems like some sort of energy weapon that it will shoot you with, and it seems like these guys are going to work just like the parasites from Shadows of Evil. They will most likely replace the Hellhounds rounds. It seems like they're going to be very, very good at dodging our bullets, however, and obviously if you've been watching all of my leaks and stuff like that, you will already know how annoying these guys are probably going to be. Now, the last thing I want to touch upon is indeed the Dragon Strike strike weapon. This weapon will be obtained after you unlock yourself the Pack-a-Punch. If you haven't seen my video about that, I will probably have it linked down in this video's description, but after you've unlocked the Pack-a-Punch, you will obtain the Dragon Strike weapon, which again we do see in action within the trailer, because we see this marker being placed on the ground. And essentially after you've unlocked the Pack-a-Punch, you will unlock the Dragon Strike. This Dragon Strike will work just like the G-Strike from Origins. You will place a marker on this map, and when you place this marker on the map, a dragon will then come in and start breathing fire on the area and just obliterate everything in its path. So it's definitely going to be a very, very cool weapon to use. The last thing I want to touch upon is just the fact that the dragons are going to be roaming around the map, and they're going to be flying around the map, and at random times within the game they will just breathe fire on random sections of the map, and you have no control over this. And again, although this isn't a weapon you can use, it's a weapon that's going to be used against you, and you will down almost instantly if caught in the fire. However, you can counteract the fire with the brand new zombie shield by either pointing it at where the dragon is looking by pulling it out in front of you, or by just having it on your back if the dragon's breathing fire from behind you. But yeah, if you want to know more information about that, I've made countless videos about all the leaks. But yeah, that's going to conclude today's video. That's pretty much all the confirmed weapons that we saw within the GOROD KROVI trailer, as well as the little snippets of gameplay that we got for them within the gameplay trailer. I also thought I would touch upon a load of other stuff within this video as well, such as a bit of speculation and stuff like that, but bear in mind that stuff is not confirmed. Again, as we all know, we're probably going to be seeing every single weapon within the weapon kits returning on this map, although that's not technically speaking confirmed, and that's why I thought I would go over every single one within this video regardless, although most likely we will be seeing every single weapon like 99.9 reoccurring percent. But there's always that slim possibility that Treyarch may change the weapon kit slightly a bit. But anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're new and here for the latest and greatest Black Ops 3 Zombies news information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye. Are you guys interested in getting free Call of Duty points for free supply drops and liquid divinium and or DLC as well? Well, have I got news for you. There's going to be a link in this video's description where you can download a 100% free app. Upon downloading this app, you can then install it, and then you can download apps via this app. Via downloading the app as well as sharing the app with your friends via your referral code, you will very quickly build up a ton of points, of which you can then purchase Xbox Live, PSN or Steam cards, which can then be used to get 100% free COD points as well as DLC. Hopefully this helps.